Welcome back to part 2 of my backpacking trip through the stunning San Pedro Parks Wilderness. If you haven't seen part 1, hit the link above and watch that first video. It sets the stage for everything you'll see today. In this final leg of my journey, I'm hiking from my campsite deep in the San Pedro Parks area, making my way back to the San Gregorio trailhead. I'll be following the Los Pinos Trail and then connecting to the Lucero Trail and finally looping back along the Vacas Trail past San Gregorio Lake. The scenery on today's hike is absolutely worth sticking around for, and I thank you for watching. Good morning. We are in the San Pedro Parks Wilderness, and I've just had my breakfast and drinking my coffee this morning. It's been a beautiful sunrise, and even though it's a little cloudy, this is part 2 of a 2-part video series. Go back and check out part 1 if you haven't watched that. Part 1 is where I go from San Gregorio Reservoir to the San Pedro Parks Wilderness area, and you're going to see some of that today, so that's going to be great. Today I'm going to be headed from my campsite down the Los Pinos Trail back to San Gregorio Lake, and it's an area I've never visited before. I had an interesting time yesterday. Go back and look at that video in part 1. I struggled a little bit finding water. So here in just a second, I'm gonna get my stuff packed up. I've got 9.5 miles, I think is what it's gonna be. So follow along. Let's see what we can find and what kind of adventures we can have. Thanks for watching. All right, we're off. It's 7:50. Not necessarily a late start, but I tried to do everything I can. My tent was wet, my tarp was wet, so when I get home, I'll get those dried off and set them out, clean up everything. So let's get going. So this is the area in part 1 of my video that I was looking for water. I don't know if I can zoom in that far, but I'll try. That green spot right there in the middle is where I found water. And then if you get in there and watch that other video, right over here behind those set of pines, that's where that cabin was. So I'm headed this direction, and right over there somewhere is the Pinos Trail. Right over in that area. Yesterday, that's where I saw the elk. I saw a single one by itself, and then I think I counted 3 or 4 more yesterday. Go back and check that video so you can see those elk. So as you're walking through these big pastures, sometimes we'll just put up these posts, and they're little markers. If you can't see the trail, up there on the hill,
there are 2 more posts, so we're gonna head that direction. Last night, from starting about 1 o'clock, it started raining, and it rained for 2 or 3 hours. Too bad yesterday I couldn't have seen that, because now along this river bottom I'm starting to see little puddles of water. That could have sure came in handy yesterday. Check out all this new growth. That's beautiful. They really have accurately described this trail, Los Pinos, because in Spanish, Los Pinos means pines. So we're definitely seeing it here this morning, and it is just beautiful. There's some water right there. A little milky though.
Distance 1.0.
Okay. 1 mile. Besides being a little rocky in this area, this trail is just well used. So a lot of people must use this trail. Right now, this is what it looks like. If the trail's like this all the way back to San Gregorio Lake, this is gonna be nice. I am never gonna take water for granted. Look at that, that's beautiful. The good thing about cows being in this area, you can see that there's a trail on the left-hand side, and now there's a trail on the right-hand side. And you know, I'm pretty sure that probably the trail was on this left-hand side, but as the pines grow, the cows just make us a new trail. So they do have some benefits besides steaks. Look at this beautiful wall somebody built. Somebody really spent some time on this, so shout out to whoever that was. I'm loving this trail. Definitely bringing Cha-Cha back to explore this area. Right now I'm going downhill, so I'm loving it even more. I chose the uphill first yesterday, and now I'm getting the benefits of that. We're still at 10,200 feet of elevation, but a couple ups, but majority of the time it's downhill. As I'm walking through here, I'm looking for campsites that I can find. Here's one that's kind of out in the open. You gotta respect the trail though, and you also gotta respect the water. So I'm in between a big hill and the water, so it might be hard to find a camping spot in this area, but I'm keeping my eye open for some. Right there, somebody's put together a fire ring. This is probably, if you're coming from San Gregorio Lake, this is probably between mile 7 and 8 on the way up here. Beautiful little area. We're in dire need of bridge repair, but appreciate anybody that did that in the beginning. Opening it up into another meadow area. This is when I wish I had a drone because just beautiful, and it's really hard to capture, and this camera is probably not doing it justice at all. After watching this video, if you guys come out here and backpack and do some tent camping, come back and leave me a message. I'm telling you, this place is beautiful. Okay, that was 2 miles. That stretch, this from 1 mile to 2 mile, flattened out. It's just a easy, beautiful walk. Of course, I'm going downhill, so come in the opposite direction. You know, you got a slight grade, but overall, beautiful trail. I tried to do some time-lapse videos because otherwise this video would be 2 hours long with the amount of beauty you're seeing. So leave them in the comments whether you like those time-lapse videos or not. I don't know what people like. We'll see how they look when I get back to the house. The Rio Puerco is making a liar out of me. After yesterday telling you guys that there was no water in the Rio Puerco, it sure has made a liar out of me today. I've been seeing a lot of grouse lately. In one of the time-lapse videos, I knocked up some grouse, and just now before I started videoing this, some more jumped up, and there's a beautiful little stream feeding the Rio Puerco right now. Love this new pine growth. This area right here would be good. Across that creek, river, whatever you call it. Probably between mile 5 and 6. Probably see some activity from animals over there. Okay, that was 3 miles. This is the first climb I've had since I've been here. And again, still just beautiful. I'm up here on top of this area. Beautiful area. So I came off the Los Pinos Trail. Evidently Los Pinos also goes in that direction. So it goes there, heads up that direction from where I came. I want to take the Lucero Trail, which is that direction. And then on the opposite side, it talks about the Anastasio Trail, which is to the left. But Lucero is this way. That's heads right for San Gregorio area. And so this is where I need to go. So up there on the hill, there's a post. The trail kind of just disappears here. Hopefully this is not what's to come. Down there is another post by that tree. So following that, following my Onyx backcountry, and just making sure I'm staying on trail. If you don't have Onyx backcountry, I'm not sponsored, but I think it's an app that's worth having for sure. And we have a trail again, so good things. But isn't this just beautiful? And again, this is the Lucero Trail. That is a beautiful thing. And did you just see that fish jump? They're right behind that big rock. I'm hoping you can see the fish. There's probably about 10 in there. I don't know if the reflection, we'll see. Hopefully I captured it.
Distance 1.0.
All right, that's 4 miles. Sitting here thinking, you know, if you're liking the content of this video, you should really subscribe. I know I don't have very many followers, but it boosts the channel. Make sure you like it as well. More importantly, if you know a hiker or a backpacker, share this video with them so other people can enjoy what I'm enjoying right now. Because if you look at this, I don't see how anybody wouldn't want to love to do this. I lost the trail. Again, it'll be a broken record if you're doing these wilderness adventures, because this is the San Pedro Parks Wilderness on X Backcountry is going to save you. So I finally found the trail again. All right, 5 miles. Right there, you see those 2 posts out there? That's where we're headed. When you lose the trail, you look for those. Because sometimes when you get on a cattle trail, it'll take you in the wrong direction. So this is kind of where I'm at now. And I got back on trail. Just gonna cross the creek here. I don't see a trail on the other side. I think the cows is kind of taking every little bit. Hopefully we can hopefully the trail's right over there. And it is. It's right there. But Rio Puerco, you've made a liar out of me. Nobody's gonna believe that there wasn't water up there. Time for a snack. I really love these things. They come in chocolate too. So the trail is getting really sketchy now. Somebody needs to come out and do a little trail maintenance. Looks like a lot of their stuff is washed away. Yeah, if you come on this trail, be really careful in that section because that's really sketchy. Going from that to this. Wow, look at this. Beautiful. Come out in this meadow, straight ahead of me, there's a post. I don't know if you can see it back there, but that's the direction we're in. All right, 6 miles, and found the trail marker again. It's crazy because your trail just disappears, but basically you go straight for that if you're going the opposite direction. I'm going this direction. Taking a little break. I think it's time for new shoes. Just ordered some new ones. Gonna be here Friday. These are Ultras. I think I got the Olympics, but really good shoes. They're really dirty right now, but they're a good brand to hike in. All right, I got to hike up. I'm about 98, 640 or something like right now, and I think I go up to 10,000 again. So after this, I'm gonna take a lunch break. Force myself to eat. So right behind that tree is a crow. He's possibly a juvenile because I just watched him try to fly and he took a crash landing in a tree and then fell and then glided back down to the ground. So there's 2 or 3 crows in the area. The trail goes that way. Well, that's gonna be interesting. We have a trail again. All right. To me, this is just so sad. All these trees dying because of a beetle. This downhill is a blessing after that uphill. Basically from 6 to 7. That was quite the trek up with tired legs. Of course, if you're going the opposite direction, you're going downhill.
Distance 1.0.
All right, that's 7 miles. I'm in this clearing, getting ready to come up on another trailhead. Let's go see what it is. All right, I just came off the Lucero Trail. This is the Upper Clear Creek Trail, which I've never taken. You can see a stump over there. I'm gonna end up going that direction, but before that, I'm gonna take my pack off and get my lunch out and take a small break. I had to sit down because I had to take my bear can off. Let's see if I can get this. This is my lunch. Lenny and Larry, the complete cookie, 16 grams. So I'll sit here enjoying my view, take a little break because I need one, and I'm only about 2 miles from ending, so I'm not too far, I don't think. So if you're wondering about my cookie, it's actually pretty good. Looks just like a cookie, thick, 16 grams of protein. You can find these, for example, at Walmart, not in the food area, but actually in where you get protein drinks, and so over by the medicines and things along those lines. So if you're interested, so far, so good. I just heard my first thunder for the day, so I guess I'm gonna get going. That thing is gonna dump some rain. I gotta get after it. You can tell we're closer to civilization, so to speak. Trail gets wider. Not a lot of people use it. Rio Puerco, putting these guys to shame. Sorry I talked bad about her. Here we are. And we saw this trail yesterday, Las Vacas Trail, and we're gonna go the opposite direction. I'll put a link, but right after this area, Cha-Cha and I were doing a 12-mile loop, just a day hike for us, and we saw 4 or 5 elk. So if I don't put it right here, look down in the description. I'll tag it at some point.
Distance 1.0.
All right, it's 8 miles. Trail looks like this. I think I've got about a mile and a half more. Trying to kick this thing out before those clouds get over the top of me. All right, we're getting close to the marker. There's that great sign in that video I was talking about posting. Right there, you'll see in that video, right, I leaned up against that tree, I filtered some water, and the dogs were playing in that water. It's just like a month ago. I still can't believe. Now, I'm almost at 9 miles. That means I bet that it's gonna be 10 miles before I get done. Let's see, stay to the end.
Distance 1.0. Drink, eat.
There's 9 miles. Next stop, San Gregorio Reserve or Lake. There's the lake, I see it. And I gotta crawl back underneath this log again. Oh my gosh. I barely made it the last time. Go back to the first video. I I show you me crawling underneath this with my backpack. So ridiculous. Hold on just a second. All right, before I get to the lake, I just wanted to talk to you about a couple different things. Stay to the end. I'm gonna show you a map of the trail I took. Just take about a minute or so. I couldn't do it at the beginning of yesterday's video because there's a bunch of people around. I just felt weird talking to myself like this. But if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, you really need to subscribe and like this video. I'm telling you, YouTube says I'm one video away from going viral. You could be the reason why I'm going viral. I mean, if you subscribe, if you like the video, and then to top it off, the cherry on top, if you'll share this video with somebody that likes to hike or backpack, it can be all the difference in the world. But remember, stay at the end. I'm going to show you the lake, and then of course if you watch video 1 you already saw the lake, and then I'm going to show you the map, and then I'm going to let you go. I appreciate it. Thanks. Beautiful, right? All right, don't leave yet. Remember, we got one more thing to show you. Almost there. I'm gonna show you that map.
Distance 1.0.
If you guessed 10 miles, you were wrong. I'm going over. It's crazy. Okay, right over there's the sign. Before we go over there though, we're gonna play a game. What I want you to do is I want you to click in the comment section. If you're on your phone, you can do it right away. If you're watching it on TV, you're probably gonna have to pause the video and do this. But I want you to give me 2 numbers. Here are the 2. I want the 2 numbers I want are this. How many miles do you think I did today? That's the first number. And how many miles total for the 2 days? I can tell you right now, I was wrong. So, and don't cheat. There are people down there in the comment section that are reading. They probably got it wrong too. But those numbers will be at the end of the video. Write your numbers down. Let's see if you won. Now let me show you that sign. All right, let's look at this map. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like the video, and make sure that you guessed how many miles I did today. And I did for a 2-day total. So we started down here. This is a restricted area. You can't camp in this area, but this takes us to San Gregorio Lake. From here, I went up 51 all the way up, and then we passed the Rio de las Vacas and went up to 30, up across, and this is where I camped. In the video, in video part 1, this is where you're gonna see the elk that I had found, and then I also saw the cabin. Today I started here and I went down this direction, followed the Rio de los Puerco all the way down to 34, came across, got here back on 51 to Los Vacas Trail, all the way down to here. And I can't wait for those totals. If you wrote those 2 numbers down at the end of this video, I'll pop up those totals for you. Appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next one.